Welcome to the balcony of the Generalate in Rome for the Resurrectionist community. We have with us Father Carlo Bazzi, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his vocation. And so thank you for doing this interview, Father Carlo.
It's my honor, my pleasure.
I noticed right away when I was talking to you before that you don't wear the collar that often. And I'm just curious, why is it that you not wear the collar so often?
Because during my priestly life, I went through a period where we felt very deeply that we are part of the God's people. We are within the church. And at that time, we felt very deeply that we should not be a special category separated by the people. What is important is baptism, to be Christian. And based on the baptism, of course, there is a special task, to be priest for the others.
And sometimes the collar can create a separation.
At that time,
Yeah.
after a long tradition where the priest was set like midway between earth and heaven.
Yeah. Okay.
Today maybe things are changed and I should put the color
Well,
again.
they have a little bit, but I want to get to our first question about vocations, and can you tell us a little bit about what first drew you to living out your vocation?
I come from a very Christian Catholic family in home country, in the country in the Apennine in Tuscany. And I had one sister and one brother who were born within 2.5 years. So my mother sent me to her sister, my aunt, of course, and she was very religious. And she introduced me to all the religious practices. She dressed me as an altar boy first, then a little priest. So my vocation started from my aunt. And then when I was young, and there was the period after the council, the Vatican Council, the Second Vatican Council, I had to take my life in my hands and say, is vocation that starts from me, or is due to my tradition, my family tradition? And that time I discovered that I had to take a decision to feel free first of all, and I felt very clearly that God wanted me to be a priest, and I accepted.
Wow. As you look back on your ministry as a teacher and as a pastor, is there one thing that stands out for you that you've grown to love about the vocation to the priesthood?
I think the secret of my priestly life is the relationship with Jesus. I was priest because I felt very clearly that God called me, and I remained, and I have a little growth in my vocation because I felt that Jesus was with me and I was working for him. It's my secret.
Yeah, wow.
Of course, it's not the only thing, but it's the source of everything.
Yeah.
Other thing that comes close to it are the joy to be with people.
As you think about vocations today and young people who are looking to find theirs, what advice would you give them?
I would like to share with them my secret, the relationship with Jesus. Ask yourself what is important, which is your really friend, the best friend you can have. Reflect upon the fact from whom comes your life, for what is worthwhile to spend it, to use it. And I think from there you can find the answer, and also the vocation that God calls you.
Wow. Well, thank you very much for doing this interview, Father Carlo.